I noticed there's some controversy around the word or the term warlock. I think I've seen this once a couple years ago too. Is it derogatory? Is it not? What does it actually mean? And then there's comments like this being left on people's pages. So let's look at the etymology of the word and maybe clear it up a little bit. So if you do a quick Google search, it says it comes from Old English warloga, which means traitor, scoundrel, monster, the devil. So right off bat, we're kind of seeing what's going to happen here. So I went to etymology, and it kind of breaks down the word. So you can see that war or wara means truth, or things along those lines. But then loga or logan means to lie, or a deceiver, or a liar. So then you have this definition, which says a male magic user or a male witch. But then it also says because of its etymology, the term is not used by some male witches who prefer other terms like witch instead. So now we're going to the etymology from Middle English or Old English. And traitor, deceiver, truce breaker, we see kind of a pattern here. And then at the bottom, I hope you can see it, it says the devil or a fiend. There's also controversy around the word witch too. There doesn't seem to be a word for it before Christianity took over and gave the practice a name. So we have the Anglo-Saxon word or the Old English word, witche, I believe it's pronounced, which means diviner or soothsayer, possible fortune teller. According to History.com, early witches were people who practiced witchcraft, using magic spells, calling upon spirits for help to bring about change, and most witches were thought to be pagans doing the devil's work. Many, however, were simply natural healers or so-called wise women whose choice of profession was misunderstood. At the bottom there, it says it's unclear when witches, that word witches, came onto the historical scene, but of course the earliest finding is in the Bible. But since they brought up wise woman, it's a woman versed in charms, conjuring, or fortune-telling, which is essentially what we practitioners do today. So we reclaimed the word witch when it essentially does have a derogatory term behind it. So why do pagans or witches try to distance themselves from warlock? To be honest, I think it's because the origins of warlock were pre-Christian. So instead of it being warped to meaning something else by the Abrahamic religions, it has always just meant that. Unlike pagan or witch, where Christianity or the other Abrahamic faiths warped the meaning behind what these people were. So in conclusion, technically warlock is a derogatory term. But I say if people want to reclaim it, why stop them? Of course, that's my opinion, and I will only ever call someone a warlock if that's what they prefer.